Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
A massive search, crews on land and in the water.
The goal, of course, is to bring some closure to the family.
Agencies from across southeast Michigan descend on the Rouge River in hopes of finding 13-year-old Naiah Harris.
It's been a coordinated effort for most of the day on that portion of the river. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kimberly Gill.
And I'm Damon Fernandez. The search wrapped up right around 3:30 this afternoon. Check out this map so you can see where it happened. This is right in the area of 7 Mile and Telegraph near Greater Grace Temple. Let's get out to Pamela Osborne. She's live tonight. Now, Pamela, there was a large number of people and agencies involved today.
There's certainly words, Ahmad. We're talking about 13 state, local, and federal agencies all assisting Detroit police in this search. Now, this particular area, it was of great importance to them, although detectives and investigators weren't able to say why that was just yet. They searched for several hours here today. The whole while, her family was right nearby.
I don't have anything. I can't.
Mervyn Jennings could hardly find the words to explain what life has been like since his 13-year-old daughter, Naiah Harris, went missing. Today, he looked on as specialized dive and search teams from all over Metro Detroit combed through the Rouge River for any trace of her.
I've never seen anything, as much as I've been involved in missing cases and missing people, I've never seen anything like this.
That's DPD Commissioner Tamara Smith comparing the search for the missing teen to a scavenger hunt, one that seems to have shifted focus to a recovery.
We're prayerful that that's not the case, but we know how these things unfortunately play out, and there's certain aspects of the case that I am not prepared to discuss right now. That's given us some very serious concerns that it could lean towards that way.
On January 9th, Naiah got off of her school bus at Cornwall and 3 Mile Drive and simply vanished.
It's not normal for a 13-year-old to be missing over 2 months. There is no sign of life. There is no social media communication. There are no friends who've heard from her, no family.
It's been too much to bear for Mervyn, who believes someone out there knows something.
Yeah, she was such a happy little, just a happy little baby. And then I'll go in and talk to her grandmother. She was a beautiful, grandmother was beautiful. I don't know what happened.
And there was so much that police were not able to tell us at this point as this search continues. I did ask Chief White if there's any person of interest, at least, in the disappearance of Naiah. Here's what he was able to tell us about that they've been talking to several people, and that one of those people happened to know information about the situation that was concerning to them, but that was all he was willing to say right now. Again, not saying that they have identified any specific person of interest in this case. For now, reporting live in Detroit, I'm Pamela Osborne, Local 4.
Yeah, let's hope Naiah's family gets some answers in soon. Thank you, Pamela. Now to the trial of James Crumley and new video playing out in court. It's showing him interacting with officers outside of his home in Oxford.
And you can see him in a squad car in the hours after the shooting, trying to help them locate things inside the house. Sean Lay is live in Pontiac. Sean, this is pretty different compared to how his wife acted in that same situation.
You're right. There is a big difference here between the Jennifer Crumley trial and this James Crumley trial. Shown on video today, you've got Jennifer Crumley in handcuffs hours after the shooting at Oxford High School, and she was reacting with a lot of anger there. Right next to her, James Crumley offering to help investigators right outside his own home. And keep in mind, this is prosecution evidence that they're putting forward. Take a look.
Why am I in the cuffs though? It hurts. Like it really hurts.
As the shock waves of the Oxford school shooting were still being felt, this is Jennifer and James Crumley outside of their Oxford home, but inside this Oakland County Sheriff's cruiser. This is in-car video recorded about 3 hours after their son went on a shooting rampage, killing Justin Schilling, Madison Baldwin, Hannah St. Juliana, and Tate Meir. The music you hear is from the cruiser's stereo, the investigator likely having it on while rushing to the home to serve a search warrant. Jennifer Crumley asks her husband about other guns in their home, and she wants her cell phone.
Where's our gun? In the gun case. Where's that at? In the dresser. Jen, he can't hear you. If anything happens, you do not answer any questions without a lawyer.
But next, a new video never before seen. An hour later, James Crumley is calm and says he'll do everything he can to help investigators.
Do you mind if because we're going to have to get the guns obviously for now.
Yeah.
Do you mind if,
I'm completely open, and I want you guys to do what you have to do.
James Crumley right there, if you could hear him saying, completely open. Do what you have to do to those sheriff's investigators going in the house there to find more guns. Now, Marielle Lehman, she is the defense attorney for James Crumley, pointing out that from the start, James Crumley was extremely cooperative with sheriff's investigators right after the Oxford school shooting. Prosecutors continue to build the case that James Crumley bought the gun for his son, did not secure it, and they followed that up, Kimberly, by showing the jury the actual security camera video of the shooting. You could tell it was James Crumley's first time seeing that video as well. We're not going to show you that video. We'll show you Crumley's reaction at 6.
Okay. Sean, before you go, one thing I'm curious about. Late today, prosecutor Mark Keese, he asked an investigator about how many 911 calls were made about the school shooting. Any idea why he asked that question?
Continuing these building blocks, pointing the finger, saying Crumley is responsible, could have stopped the shooting, because there's 112 calls to 911 when the Oxford school shooting was unfolding and in the aftermath. One of those calls was from James Crumley. Only one person identified the shooter as James Crumley, identifying his son on that 911 call, saying he's likely the shooter. No one else mentioned that. No one else knew that.
Sure. Okay, Sean, we'll see you at 6. Thank you so much. And Christy McDonald has been anchoring our live stream on the trial on Local 4 Plus. She's going to join us at 5:30 to talk about the big takeaways from today's testimony, including new excerpts from the shooter's journal. They specifically talk about his father and guns. That's ahead at 5:30.
Some community groups that are making it their mission to help crack down on violent crime in neighborhoods across Detroit are seeing some positive results. That update is coming from city leaders about the Shot Stopper program. They've been looking at homicides and non-fatal shootings across 6 target areas. They say 2 of its community partner groups have already helped reduce some violent crime by 50 to 70%. I spoke with some of their members today about what's working.
We couldn't sit back and just continue to let the kids die and kill each other over nothing.
Strong words and sharing ideas as the city of Detroit and some of its community violence intervention partners meet to discuss new data demonstrating crime reductions across some neighborhoods identified as hotspots for trouble.
In this area, it was very bad.
Among those areas was the Warrendale neighborhood on the city's west side. It's where Lex Jamal has been working at an auto shop for nearly 14 years. He said he's seen a lot.
2 years ago, they would come over here and steal all the cars.
But in June last year, the city of Detroit began using American Rescue Plan Act funds, and it set up 6 community violence intervention zones for its partners. They include Detroit People's Community, Detroit 300, New Era Community Connection, Force Detroit, Wayne Metropolitan Community Action Agency, Denby Neighborhood Alliance, and Camp Restore, and Detroit Friends and Family. And their presence in those areas has been helping reduce homicides and non-fatal shootings.
This problem is having empathy, recognizing that trauma is the reason behind acts of violence, and showing up with care, resources, love, and consistency.
Alea Harvey Quinn is founder and CEO of Force Detroit. That group's work has helped reach a 72% reduction in violent crime in its zone near Warrendale and Franklin Park neighborhoods on the west side, according to city data. Jamal told me Force Detroit's presence is making a difference. Have you noticed a significant reduction in crime here?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, they're always out here. They always be out here. I always see them at the gas station too. I think they're doing a very good job around here.
That group will now get a $175,000 performance grant to continue its crime reduction work. A second group, Detroit Friends and Family, has earned an $87,500 performance grant for helping reduce crime by 48% in and around its zone on the east side.
It hasn't necessarily been tough because we come from that community. Right. We are that community, you feel me? They see us on a daily.
Now, Deputy Mayor Todd Bettison says he's optimistic state funding will be available to continue supporting these community violence intervention groups and their crime reduction efforts across the city.
Well, from the looks of it, we're getting really close to having a second bridge across the Detroit River between the U.S. and Canada. Take a look at this photo posted to the bridge's account on X today. The caption reads, "They are only 457.6 feet away from connecting both sides." Completion of the bridge deck is expected at some point this summer, but driving across it, it's still going to be a while. The anticipated opening is set for fall of next year, 2025.
All right, now to this beautiful weather as we take a live look outside at the Gordie Howe Bridge from our Skycam.
Feels more like May, I think, than March if you go outside right now, but things are going to change as we head toward the weekend. Let's get over to Kim Adams and our first look at the forecast. Hi, Kim.
Hi, Kim. Well, it does. It feels like May, and these are temperatures that we would get not just in May, but even in late May in some spots. 70 right now downtown. It's 69 in Mount Clemens, upper 60s in Pontiac, Ann Arbor, also in Howell, and it's warmer than it was yesterday. The 24-hour temp change shows anywhere from about 12 to 15 degrees warmer than we were at 5 o'clock yesterday. Widen out the view for you here, and we've had a few passing clouds move through, so we're losing a little of our sunshine this evening, but it's enough to where it's going to be a pleasant night. And then tomorrow, 47 in the morning. By the afternoon, we go right back into the upper 60s, but we do bring in a chance of rain after about 3 or 4 o'clock, mainly down by the Ohio border, but we'll talk about more about that and coming up in the forecast. But the temperature trend definitely trending downward. After tomorrow, we continue to fall until next week. We're back not just to normal temps, but below normal, and there is a mix of rain and snow in the forecast that we had to add to the weekend, and you'll want to know about that coming up.
All right, well, I got to let you know the jackpot in tonight's Mega Millions drawing is inching closer to $1 billion.
As of right now, the estimated $735 million is what is up for grabs. If someone matches the 5 white balls and gold mega ball, they'll win the game's 6th largest jackpot in its history. So that means the one-time lump sum payment would be more than $350 million. We'll have the winning numbers on Local 4 News at 11.